Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. From the gun, the running back has it. Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain. Guys, let's chat about New Mexico State. The only important expectations are the ones inside the program, but when you start the season on the outside of the rankings looking in, it can give you a little bit of an edge, can it?
Yeah, they want to prove to everybody they should have been ranked coming into this year. These players are angry. They feel like they're being disrespected, and they want to make a point to the entire college football world with a big win today.
Yeah, and you hear it all off season, and you see it every year that teams come out of nowhere, and they feel like they've got a lot of potential, a lot of high-ranked players on the squad, and they're going to put it together, and that they'll get themselves into those rankings.
Quarterback just trying to spit it out to his running back in the flat there, but the defender all over him. As soon as he caught that football, he went down for a loss.
Shakes off the defender. Dragged down after a pickup of 5 out to the 35.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good game, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down.
Three tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Dropping back, it's Kennedy. Looking left. Hauls it in. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They'll go back to the ground. And they pick up the 1st down in what might be the last play here in the 1st quarter. It's been punch, counter punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the 1st quarter stats. They fought to a standstill in the 1st. Let's see who gets the edge early in the 2nd. First play of the period, 1st down here. They'll give it to him again. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Let's take just a moment to talk about New Mexico State. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times you tick people off on your own roster. So when you only bring a few in, you cherry-pick some elite talent and some real concerns that you have, sometimes it just addresses everything you need.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. And the Aggies with a long way to go after the loss on the last play.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Back to throw, it's Kennedy. That's caught, it's Williams. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. Well, they're certainly not out of field goal range here, but they want to try to pay off this drive with a touchdown. They'll go for it on 4th. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a 1st down in the red zone at the 14. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, New Mexico State.
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the second level.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. The Aggies trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll run it from the gun. Got to be smart, patient, great vision. Uses all of that to get to the 29.
It's got to feel good.
New Mexico State to the line after picking up the first down. To the air on first down. Finds the tight end. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end.
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the...
And the Aggies can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Hand off from the shotgun. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain.
And what's the closest guy to the...
Here's the handoff. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll try the right side. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. 3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. He might want another play. Looking to throw, it's Kennedy. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Gets the first himself. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment.
Now in the third.
So now it's 2nd and long. The run from the shotgun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Lofts one deep down the right side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Perhaps emboldened by converting a 4th down earlier in the game, they'll try a second time. Going for the marker on the ground. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down. The Aggies are backed up. They can feel the shadow of their own goalpost and trying to create some room. Pushes forward for a pickup of 3. They'll mark it at the 8.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man.
And it's loose. Once that ball was loose, didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
What a clutch stop for this team.
So we can give that to him. If they get that shit to him and we lose, I'm pretty fucking.
They'll start this drive going to the air.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack
they just cheated me.
Play of the drive.
It's 2nd and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. Good pickup on the ground there. Give him 5 to the 16-yard line.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly,
here to a wide open running back. He was in behind the guy. That's what happened. I might have to actually bench Jackson for this. He is so big and thick.
Quit it. You're gonna make me get up and pop you. Quit it.
Welcome to DeKalb, Illinois, and home of the Northern Illinois Huskies, and we are looking forward to a sensational showdown that the fans have been ready for quite some time. We've got a sensational matchup for you. Fans have been filing in and getting ready for this game. As we'll see a squad from Conference USA, the New Mexico State Aggies, taking on a team from the MAC, the Northern Illinois Huskies. 3A Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to
tightest thing ever. If I still had my chest pump from earlier today, not sure if it would have even gone down, but I have eventually been able to get this thing fitted on, and the vibes are. I want to smoke my favorite team at home, and honestly, I want to take this off next week, so we might be playing back-to-back Vice nights. I really wish they could just put the Lambo in the stadium on the field in this game. I don't know if they have licensing or what for it. Some Lambos on the field, and we're going to give it to Malachi James a lot. See, our first drive against the Hurricanes in that last game was a work of art. That is what we're going to be looking to recreate in this one. We've just utilized RPOs on our first 2 plays, and we got to see if this is going to work. We're going to pitch it. No one's going to be able to catch JoJo Stone besides this one kid coming on over. That's fine. There's something about just coming out strong that we seem to but we can't forget, we did collapse too, so we have to make sure that doesn't happen. Jackson Warren decided he wanted to actually play football this week. He's helping the team out more than he's hurting them, and that was such a bad throw. I really don't know how long Alexander Bean's going to be able to be our quarterback. As much as I'd love to have him as a 4-year starter, I feel like his accuracy is really going to catch up to us, and there is no way we're letting them do this to us. One thing we didn't do much of in that first game was quarterback runs with Alexander Bean, but I'm okay with that there. We were able to pick up the 4th and 1, and we're getting a little bit closer. Now, I do feel like this is a good chance to mix in a jet touch pass. I want to see if we can get the blocks to hold up for it. Eugene Hilton Jr. gets into that zone for his first touchdown at FIU, and I want him to beam this at the fans. Give them the ball. What a picture-perfect start for us. They're going to hand this one off, and I usered it perfectly. He still broke the first tackle, though, even after that, which is what's so crazy. I mean, it is raining again, so we do have to factor that in. We just can't escape the rain games until they come out with a patch for it. We've left him so open. Can you imagine how much differently this matchup would have felt, though, if we went into it with a win over number 6 Miami? I would have been so confident. We can't dwell on the past. We cannot dwell on the past, though. We're out there, and, I mean, this kid's crazy. We have not had an answer.
The give to the back. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4. Guys, let's chat about New Mexico State. The good news about starting the season outside the top 25, not a lot of lofty expectations. You can sneak up on a few teams, but sooner or later, you're going to want to get that attention and get into those rankings.
A lot more, but it's not impossible. In recent years, you saw it with Indiana coming out of absolutely nowhere. You saw it back in the day with USF. You've seen it with Rutgers. Like, in the past, you can do it. You can put it together, gain some momentum, but it starts with this game right here.
TCU reached the national championship game a few years back, and no one expected much of them that season either, so you never know. What's important is what people believe inside your own locker room. This team thinks they can do some really special things this year, and they get a chance to start strong here in week 1.
Can hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be second down. Runs for the tackle. A confident, tough, efficient run. Gets it up to the 44. Third and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. Wants to throw. It's Kennedy. Release to the back. Finds a soft spot in the middle. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
You know, and that's why this guy can play first, second, and third down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways. But you're
and the Aggies are way behind the sticks on this 3rd and forever. The inside handoff. He is denied. Cannot get to the first down marker, and it's 4th down coming. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Oh, a lot of space. And he's able to pick up a few yards as we reach the end of the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Northern Illinois has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. They'll go right back to him. It's a seam wide open. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
The Aggies now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Here's a heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Let's take just a moment to talk about New Mexico State. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy.
Man-to-man coverage, we know what we're going to go for. And it's that should come.
Now they'll run it to the right here. They'll mark him out of bounds at about the 29-yard line.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
It was so important this offense was able to find a way to...
I am excited, though, to see how they test
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, the inside give. Stop is made at the 36, but he picked up 10 on that one and has a fresh set of downs. He's now...
You've probably seen Ty Cordova's name a bunch. He's like a 74 overall safety, but guess what?
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. From the gun, the ground game. Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, the offense is in a really nice rhythm right now. It seems like no matter what they're dialing up, they're getting positive yards, and it just feels so good as a play caller when you know on first down you can get yards like that turning around and handing it off.
Yeah, and on the other side, you're scratching your head going, what the heck can I do here? You got to find something. The defense has got to find a way to create some momentum. Whatever they're doing right now, it's not working. So you got to keep going through that play sheet and maybe find something a little bit different that can give this offense something to think about.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
The give to the left side. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting.
They're going to get a stop, and I'm going to crumble under pressure. I'm just seeing the vision already. No, I thought they were going to...
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Power football with the run. And after that short game, they'll head to the locker room for halftime. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, looks like you've got a great scene.
Guess what? It's a 7-point game. I mean, I told you on the script.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. First play from scrimmage here in the second half, and they'll keep it on the ground. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. To the air, it's Kennedy. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
If he can't escape, I mean, that's still it. I just can't. This is my Here we go.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. It's a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
You'd love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They'll try the right side. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Quick step and go. He's brought down the one, a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the...
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. To the ground with the back. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Keep it on the ground. And the defense had its hands full, but they finally wrestled him down short of the first down. New Mexico State has it 1st and goal. They'll try to power it in. And he's brought down at the line of scrimmage, and the ball will stay at the 2. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Tries again to get it in.
Jesus Christ, y'all.
And they stop him again for no gain, and it will be... So the offense will try to punch it in here on 4th and goal from the 1. They'll try to blast their way in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown. The give to the left.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going. It's... Really falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Kennedy. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33. New Mexico State to the line after picking up the 1st down. From the gun, running back gets the give. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That's a fantastic play by...
With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. They'll go to the ground. And they're able to get a 3rd down stop here. See if they go for it on 4th. It's a 1-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. Trying to keep this drive alive. They got him on the ground, but not before he gives New Mexico State a 1st down. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Now they're going to throw it. Grabbed in the middle, it's Bell. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Safe completion on the screen. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the 1st down.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen to help.
They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. The run up the middle, looking for the score. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Aggies.
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You could tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
and I was not expecting that out of him. Man-to-man coverage, they played underneath. I should have never forced that ball. Typically, I can click on and make the aggressive catch, but they have to be playing for the top. This is genuinely just such a sad performance. There's not been anything too impressive from me in these games, and what I'm thinking is this is just going to be my final game of the night. Tomorrow, we come back with even more firepower. If I can ever find a way to squeeze out of this jersey, I'm going to get a great night's sleep. And then I will think about the best offense that we have had since I've been a part of FIU. We're just not doing it justice. Malachi James has 10 rushing attempts for 10 yards at the moment. We're probably going to throw some pick here because I thought I was going to highball that and put it over his head. It's just not my night. And like I tell you, you have to know when to pull out on recruits. You have to know when to pull out of games. It's not how we lose games. We don't get the conference invite that I feel like we will deserve to the ACC. And also, even a loss like this to FAU really affects some of our guys from transferring. The way I chop it up as well is it's not my performance. What's happened is they're just partying a little bit too hard here in Miami. Malachi James on paper should be the best running back ever, but instead what we've gotten is a party animal that's not really helping us out that much. I mean, they're about to have it back within a possession, and this one should have been over, but he shanked it. Not an awful shank either. He just couldn't hook it in. You have to put a little bit more curve on it there, and we're getting some momentum back. If we complete a short pass, we're going to go for a speed option next, since this was one of our best plays last year, and I don't think that kid's going to be able to stop us. He looks like me wearing this jersey. He just didn't look like he was going to be prepared to make a tackle. After the wrong read on the read option, though. I mean, look at this guy's mismatch there. Okay. Some of these earlier interceptions I have been able to justify. I saw we had a full foot on that kid, but I shouldn't have thrown it. That is the second ball, too, where I'm like 90% sure if I just highballed it, that we probably would have had it. I genuinely do not know what's happening to me, boys. Maybe we just don't even put the ball in the air the rest of this game. We call it a night after that. Scramble. We're going to hit you. Like, if there's one thing we can talk positively about with this team, defense has been like, they've been incredible. And it seems like they're going to scramble for the first time. I got stuck on that tackle. I'm not even upset by it, though. Like, throwouts, and we almost had it. I'll be honest, if Deja only catches that ball over the interception, he's going down as the go quarterback. Like, there's no other way to put it. Instead, no, it's 7.
They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
I also changed up our halfback substitution, so Malachi James would be out there for plays, but it's wear and tear.
They'll run it from the gun. And he is just engulfed at the line by this one.
Just tried to truck with our quarterback. And the last video I just filmed was using a perfect quarterback, so I was taking.
Oh, that was a pretty rough showing there by this team. Just couldn't find a way to get things going and come up with the win.
Just got outplayed, Reese. They were
Scandal going on here back by you. I hope not. The last thing we need is to be under investigation while we're trying to get a conference invite. Look at that. We force a fumble back. We're getting bailed out by our defense because we're going to score 2 defensive touchdowns and then 3 points offensively. No, you ruined it. You ruined the big man touchdown. Why would you do that? Malachi James doesn't deserve this on his stat sheet. He is literally averaging less than a yard per carry. For all I know, too, we're going to find a way to mess up getting in here. I almost threw an interception there, actually. You know what? We'll just take it in. You really can't celebrate too much. This is not one of those games to be proud of at all. The only thing I will end up being happy with is the fact that we basically have a full stadium. That is some good improvement for us. They're going to just get this throw out so fast. And they're just overloading this side of the field because they know that we're sitting in zone coverage. You know, at some point, you got to bring in a blitz. There's a flag. And it was against FAU. They were holding, but they still couldn't stop us. I'm proud of our defense there. When we're coming like that, no one's going to be able to hold us. But you know what? I mean, I should have never clicked on. I haven't even had a bad day or night either. It's been a great day. Why is morale so low at the moment? You know what I think we really need to start doing a little bit of, at least on defense? Well, getting an interception is one of those things, but the second would be mixing in some blitzes. Zachary Waters, buddy, you really thought you were going to transfer out and beat us? This is just embarrassing for him at this point, and I'm going to rub a little bit of salt into the wound with one attempt. I'm only trying one attempt. Just smile of luck.
Did somebody say Luck? Lady Luck is my name, and making business with is my game. Looks like you got some inventory issues. Let's go.